Okay, let's look at another track of Painkiller, which is Touch of Evil. This is a great song. Once again, really useful for seeing where Halford switches modes in his voice. Who'd have thought we'd be doing this unplugged? I'm just going to play a couple of chords and sing along. We'll do a verse and a chorus, and then we'll look at what's going on. Remember, this is just in the style of... Mesmerize slowly till I can't believe my eyes. Ecstasy controls me. What you give just serves me right. Without warning, you're here. Like magic, you appear. I taste the fear. I'm so afraid. I still feed the flame in the night. Come to me. You know I want your touch of evil. In the night, please set me free. I can't resist your touch of evil, etc. Forgive the busky guitar playing, just something to pitch to. Okay, so the verses are quite moody. I've actually sang that with a little bit more edge than you would hear on the recording, and oftentimes when you're recording a kind of rock vocal, it doesn't always come out as tough as you're singing it. So sometimes with a really good compressed mic, the sound comes out maybe a little bit thinner. So it's always good to be able to give it a bit more at source. And as you can hear, this is totally raw. There's no compression, no reverb, no EQ, no nothing. It's just me singing along. Okay, so the verse. You mesmerize slowly. So he's using a little bit of upper pharyngeal grit in his voice. So cleanly it would be... You mesmerize slowly till I can't avoid my eyes. So what's coming in here? You mesmerize slowly. Now it's really important to note that sound is being made in the upper part of the back of the throat, kind of at a level with your upper back teeth. And the soft palate's quite loose. The uvula, which is the bit that's dangling down, that's vibrating around in the airflow, and that's causing some of the distortion, okay? But the actual singing of this part, for most of you, you should be comfortable being able to sing it even in a cleanish mode. Ecstasy controls me, what you give just serves me right. Without warning, you're near. Now it's that little bit of edge that really gives it that kind of the moodiness, because clean it would be without warning, you're near. Like magic, you appear. And it's really important. The one piece of advice I would give you is, before you even attempt to start putting any grit or distortion into the sound, make sure you can sing it cleanly. And this is very evident here when we come to this bit. Now this is the bit where he switches into his head voice or into a kind of tilted setup. It's the bit that I taste the fear. And that's why I love this song, because that line just punches out so strongly. Like magic you appear. Then here. I taste the fear. Now without distortion and without any attitude, that's what should be going on at source. So don't even try screaming this until you can go, I taste the fear. Yes, we've got B, C, D, C, B. So this is fairly high. Okay. Now, once again, the distortion or the grit is done in the same place. It's in the upper part of the pharynx, high up, well away from here. You can do distortion down here using the false folds, but But it's not something I would encourage until you're very experienced, because you can make your voice very tired very quickly, or do damage very quickly, even more frightening. So, clean again. I taste the fear. Now I'm going to add I'm going to let the grit creep in slowly. I taste the fear. And that heavy distortion you're hearing is the back of the soft palate being trapped as I lift the back of my tongue up towards the roof of my mouth and trap that soft palate and the uvula particularly at the top of the throat, and it's getting knocked around a bit like a punching bag. And it's that interference in the sound that's giving it that distortion. That distortion is then amplified through my resonators, which is mainly the mouth cavity at the end, okay? But let's compare, once again, what's going on here. The shift from the full chest voice into the head voice. So the shift from what is effectively a neutral setup, where we're using a lot of the depth of the vocal fold, into a tilted setup where we start using just the thin of the fold. So we go, like magic you appear, I taste the fear, I'm so afraid. So you can hear the changes in modes of the voice. That's the first thing you have to work on. You have to be able to get that. And as I said, it's quite high. It's B, C, and D. So a good way to practice that is to say that melody, start it lower down. So go somewhere that's comfortable in your range and maybe start here. Let's go right down to an E and sing it on something like a na. Go na, 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 and then take it up. Sorry. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. And keep working that until you can get it, keeping the same comfortable volume while increasing the pitch. And eventually, hopefully, you'll end up here. Na, 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 na. Now I'm going to put the distortion on. Na, 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 na. Now I'm going to change to the vowels that are in the song. And then I'll put the consonants in. I taste the fear. So that's what's going on underneath. Remember, the sound at source is clean all the time. I taste the fear. There's no strain going on there. The noise is put on afterwards.